to know, from masterpieces to deep fried tacos. And if the movie sucks, you might hear them say, there's no telling where the guys will take you. Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already warned you. Better watch out, it's gonna ruin the plot. Real spoilers. Real spoilers. Real spoilers.
Broadcasting from the lush but not lavish studios located in the basement of the O'Keefe Institute for Advanced Film Snarkitude, this is Real Spoilers, episode 875?
Sure, sounds
Yeah,
good
why
to me.
not? Yeah, if we're wrong, let us know.
Oh, that's got to be a milestone.
Totally
It's
a
nice
milestone.
run.
That's a
75?
milestone. That's a milestone.
Yeah,
it's a
every
milestone.
quarter.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like a milestone is like
876.
876.
No, that's just nothing at all. That shouldn't be acknowledged in any way, shape, or
sometimes
form.
it should.
That's
We get a participation trophy.
but then the 875, that's a milestone.
Yeah, this is at least
Yeah.
a milestone.
Yeah, easily a milestone.
Whereas you are a kidney stone.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a tonsil stone.
yeah.
That was on purpose.
Okay. I'm like, I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, whatever you're into, man. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so let's go around the table and everyone can introduce themselves.
This is Joe.
This is Kevin.
And this is Tom. And join us live and in person.
Whoa.
The impetus of the most stringent regulation issued
That's right.
by Real Spoilers.
It's true.
It's Brad Heyen of the Brad Heyen rule.
Correct.
I don't know.
Suddenly Fonzie. What's going on over there? Hey.
Sound like a real Benoit Blanc there with that description.
Oh, you have to do the whole thing in Foghorn Leghorn accent.
I felt like his accent was different this time.
I feel like it was not
a
as
little bit.
pronounced.
he forgot how to do it or something.
Or he's
He
like,
went
I'm
in
not
and out of
doing
it
it.
a little bit. He did it sometimes, and then sometimes it really wasn't as strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know.
we'll get
Yeah.
I don't want to get out.
We
of
would
the
never.
lead. Don't
we
want to
would
get out
never-
over our skis. We like to stay on task around here.
We are stringent with our
Yes.
non-tangents.
We've never done a tangent
Yes.
in League of Show Shares before, so let's
Before
keep
we
it
even
that
get,
way.
We've never done a tangent before we get out of the intro.
Yes, we have.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So before we dig in, shameless plugs, don't forget we're available wherever you get your podcasts, iHeart, TuneIn, Spotify,
Spreaker.
the Zune store. You can get it there.
I'm still waiting for someone to buy Spreaker. You know, Jack Dorsey. Someone needs to come back and revitalize.
Oh man, he's
that.
too busy with Vine. He can't buy another.
And Twitter, maybe.
Is he trying to buy it back?
Apparently,
Well, so someone has filed to claim the IP of Twitter because it's been abandoned
Yeah.
by its owner. And so
because he switched it to X, the
And
Twitter
his-
IP is still.
and is no longer using the
that
Twitter
might just
IP.
be up for grabs. The thing that everyone still says all
Yeah,
the time.
That's wild.
And you might be able to go to actual Twitter, which is just
He's
hilarious.
just gonna turn Blue Sky into Twitter.
Yeah.
Or if they really build it back up and then he has to buy it for billions of dollars, how funny would that be? That like,
Elon
you have
Musk has to buy
back
it
your
twice.
own, yeah, because you didn't want to use the name. So now if you want it, you have to buy
Yeah,
it.
sorry, man.
He's dumb enough to do it.
Yeah, and
And
Jack
by
Dorsey-
dumb, of course, I mean a genius.
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that could happen. Where was it? Oh yeah, all the places you can get us. Go get us.
Can we buy it? Can we buy Twitter?
What?
Real
I was
spoilers.
gonna
Oh
say,
yeah,
Justin.
let me check.
Hang on,
Let me check.
how many Patreon members are we up to now?
It's literally just Brad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh well, we gave it a shot.
No, if we get 2 more Patreon subscribers, I do believe we can buy Twitter.
You can buy the T.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We would just need to buy the because we're already twits.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got it.
Could we buy Twatter?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Depends on.
I gotta tell you though, in,
regulations.
sure that exists.
in Missouri, we gotta get
Oh yeah, we
put in,
can't.
put in your driver's license and all kinds of stuff.
I feel like this has been a real
No,
cross for you there, Joe.
It really isn't
Have you
because
noticed how
like
Grumpy Joe is now in the
Yeah.
mornings?
no,
Like
like it's
Creepy Joe to Grumpy
It's
Joe.
also it's wild that people are like, oh, they put a block on Pornhub. It's like, there's millions of other options.
He's got a whole
than just
diatribe.
Pornhub. Yeah,
Name
I'm
them.
like that. Name them.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Please.
Name them like the Animaniacs, like there.
No, it's
This is gonna be our next Patreon episode.
it's the
Just
it's
Joe
the-
listing porn
It's the
sites.
Ted. It's the scene from Ted when he finds Mark Wahlberg's like thing
Yeah.
of porn.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much porn.
You didn't tell me I was coming back to Real Spoilers After Dark.
Yeah.
That's been a while for some of those.
Yeah, we never did you guys never did the
The final 50 Shades
Yeah.
episode.
I gotta tell you, maybe don't do that because those episodes. There's a lot of people
they
on those.
cursed?
Well, there's a lot of people on those episodes that are no longer in
Maybe
people's
they're
lives.
cursed. That might have been a curse.
Or a
Somehow
blessing.
Joe avoided it though,
Did
because
I?
he didn't do the episodes though.
Did
so
I
it's
avoid
like,
it though? Because
No,
I don't think I did.
No, I'm saying.
I think I'm the only one still with the person that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
you
do the
caught his
episode.
curse. I know you didn't
yeah,
do the
I
episode, but you got his
Still
curse.
got the go. Yes, got transferred.
I realized we opened the bag here.
Yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do.
This is actually you don't know this. These don't air. This is a therapy session for
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
If you
Oh.
haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
We're like, and Joe, what did you think? And how does this tie into your life?
But it's nice though because you can we can write off any money we spend on the show as a copay.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a medical.
It comes out of our
expense,
HSA funds.
It is.
Yeah. So
If you have any left to spend by the end of the year, get them out on this episode. All right.
yes, yeah. Come home with lots of Band-Aids. Yeah. I bought a walker for my grandma one year.
did you really?
Yeah.
Just to get rid of it?
Because I had so much money on it. I
That's
was
funny.
like, "You want a new walker, Grandma?" I got like
Do I?
I got like $500.
I'll spray paint
Gold
this thing.
plated.
Yeah, I'll just-
Yeah, I
Dually
got a red
wheels.
one with like the really
Lightning bolts?
grippy wheels. You know.
with real nice tennis balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, pro level tennis balls.
Yeah.
Wow.
The kind you saw in
No,
Challengers.
They were racket balls, Kevin. They
Yeah.
were very different, very
No,
grippy.
those balls and challengers were different, Joe. They weren't tennis balls that you saw.
Oh, that's true. They were Jack O'Connell's balls.
They were. That's what I'm saying. They made
Got
a
to the
cameo in this.
It did.
got her the really nice walker, and then I was like, I'm never gonna get my inheritance.
Yeah. God. Should have got her the crappy walker. She would have.
So where was I at? Oh yeah. Also, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group. It's called the League of Show Shares because we are hoping you will share an episode. People who were kind enough to share an episode last week include Travis Tewitt, Ralph Tribble, Tom Dowdy, Tammy Lynn, Powers Betts, Brendan McGucket, Chris Magic Man, Jason McLean, Julianne Jordan, Gabriel Lugo, Michael Tonkovic, Richard Krotzer, Heather Sachs, Taylor Ward, Joe Faubert, Colby Mack, Geek to Me Radio, Ronnie Castle, In Session Film, Edit Photo Gamer, Mike, and Oscar, Ryan Terry, Nostalgia Cast, and Matt Neglia. So, are there any names missing?
I think there's a
from that
giant
list?
name missing on that list.
Brad.
What was he on the episode last week?
No, Matt Bosler was.
What was the movie?
What was the
Oh, was
movie?
Oh,
I've
Five
already
Nights
forgotten.
at
Five Nights
Freddy's
at
2.
I
Freddy's.
haven't watched it, so I haven't
All
seen your
the more,
episode yet.
gotta tell
all
ya,
the more reason to
don't.
watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah. So, and then also we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Real Spoilers, $5 a month. You get all sorts of bonus content. You help out a struggling indie podcast
To buy Twitter.
so we can finally purchase Twitter and restore democracy to America. So really what we're saying is that if you don't join our Patreon, you hate America.
That's right.
And by the time this comes out, the Night at the Roxbury should be out. So you guys
Oh,
better,
sweet. Okay.
you guys better get to
Hey, man,
getting
look,
on
I-
Superstar.
You know, Tom's a busy man.
Well, we're finally done with all the movies I have to see for
Okay,
the,
great.
for the Film Critics Association.
And
So-
somehow Superstar's 25th anniversary didn't get a re-release to be voted on. So.
Yeah. So, and then also you can watch these on YouTube, youtube.com/@ampersand tilde Real Spoilers. So there's all
Is this
that.
why no one ever subscribes?
Speaking of SNL, man, I gotta tell you, they have doubled down on that new gal.
I haven't watched the last couple weeks.
She's very
either.
Ashley
Padilla.
Padilla? Yeah.
She is
She's in everything?
front and center
Yeah.
in everything.
Okay.
She's
And-
their girl.
Yep.
But she's done some really funny stuff.
that
so I think,
that haircut sketch.
Yeah.
is great.
Oh, I
I
saw a
hate to
headline
admit
about
it,
that.
but like the fart sketch was funny, and I hate to reward fart jokes.
It's not the jokes. It's her.
It was, but it was funny.
It was funny.
I'll have to watch
It was
that.
very
Yeah.
the hair sketch is very funny, and then the fart joke. And again, not the farting is not the funny part. The way she
It's-
plays it is
Yeah.
kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
like
Katie loves fart jokes, so
Then
I'll have to
she
show her
will
this. Is
die.
like a
explains why she married you.
Yep. plethora of riches.
You're just one giant fart joke,
That's,
Kevin.
that's what they put on my business card.
So
But at least I'm
anyway,
a giant one.
That's true.
So yeah, I mean, you wouldn't
don't
want
wanna-
to be like
yeah.
a mediocre. If you're gonna do it, go all in, right?
Well,
so there's all that.
yes,
Let's dig in to Knives Out,
3.
Wake Me Up
Before you go.
dead man.
This is Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. Thank you very much.
It is interesting that they don't give it a number.
It's also interesting that there's no punctuation in Wake Up Dead Man.
Isn't there a comma
we
between
ta-
Wake Up?
It didn't look like. I don't remember seeing
No.
one in
Oh.
the opening credits, and I was like,
No,
so are
it's
we
just-
saying Wake Up Dead Man, or are they telling us Wake Up Dead Man?
Yes.
I think it's the
I
second
think it's
one.
the answer is both.
Maybe. That's
See?
true. That's
Yeah.
true. So was the second one a
Little-
Netflix one?
Yes.
Yes.
They bought it out
was-
after the first.
But the first one
second-
was not.
First
Correct.
one
But it
was
went
like.
to Netflix after theaters, right? So like they
I don't think the first
They
one
made
was
the deal
made
after the
by
movies.
Netflix. Yeah, it
The
was.
first movie
yeah.
was successful.
was just a regular old movie.
right, but they bought it and put it on Netflix, and then it became a Netflix thing. Like
Yeah.
after theaters, they
Yes.
They
they
scooped it up
branded it as
and then
Netflix
rolled
after
it
they
in.
bought
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next two movies.
Is it still in theaters right
Oh,
now?
like how it became Indiana
It's out?
Jones and the Raiders of the
What?
Lost Ark?
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Is-
it had 2-week theatrical run. Is
It,
what
it
they
came out Friday officially on Netflix.
Just so it,
But when did it come out in theaters?
like a 2 weeks,
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Like in like one, it would only played at like the Alamo Draft
Yeah,
House. So
right.
did it even play at all? I don't know.
It's hard. It's like if a tree falls in the
Right, it's
forest and
hard
no
to
one's around
say.
to
I
see
was
it.
bummed because I thought I was going to miss it in theaters because they initially only had one night scheduled for it at the
Yeah.
Alamo, and it sold out like immediately. I didn't even know they were on sale, and then eventually they added like another week's worth of showings.
Yeah, it was
Only
on
at
there
the
for
Alamo.
at least 2
Yeah.
weeks.
I think if this is any indication, I do wonder if this is what we're going to be looking at
2 weeks and then
coming in,
yeah.
what, 20,
But, okay,
29?
here's the
First
thing.
off, Trump's gonna stomp it.
Yeah, there's no way Netflix. I told you this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then what happened the next week after I said, "Oh, they're going to put a stop to this." And then-
The whole thing is where it's like they're making it's like so the way I always understood it, that Netflix has entered this deal. Like this deal is they've signed a deal, there is a pending deal.
yeah, and then
It's
it has
gotta
to
get
get approved.
So
Yeah.
but Paramount can't come in and be like, no, that deal doesn't count.
No, they
They
can
offered
when
more,
the
right?
FCC
Yeah.
turns it down.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Yes, but when the government says no,
Right.
When
Then
it's
they can
open,
go
yeah.
back in. But this whole
Right.
like hostile
and it wouldn't
takeover
be the
bid,
FCC.
I was like,
I think it would be the FTC.
Okay, FTC. Yeah, sorry.
but this whole
FCC regulates broadcast
Yeah, you're right,
television,
yep.
the airwaves,
Oh, I see, I
radio,
see.
television, and FTC. It's more of a is this a monopoly? And,
Right,
and
yeah.
they're like, what? This might be a monopoly, and we want someone else to have the
Yeah.
monopoly. Not we don't like monopoly.
Paramount, who just bought, or like Skydance. that just bought
Skydance bought Paramount.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And they already own Viacom, Nickelodeon, all
Correct.
that stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, we would hate to have a monopoly.
right. That's
from
not
this company
that's
that
owned by
already
my
is.
son. God,
It's
our
a-
son-in-law.
But we'll see what happens. I
Well,
don't-
in fairness, there's also Saudi money.
yeah.
Fair.
Again, like, and it's wild. It's insane. I don't know how else to describe it. Like,
Just
you
go
know.
listen to 2 weeks ago when I told you. I said this is exactly what I said, didn't I? I
Mhm.
mean,
oh no, I mean,
the connections just run so deep that it's like, are you really think that
right.
the one that again the son-in-law owns or has a vested interest in isn't going to get the deal?
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's going to be interesting to see what happens though, and also if the deal doesn't go through, I heard Netflix has like this sweetheart clause deal in there that
Warner
where-
Brothers has to pay them.
No, Netflix has to pay even if it doesn't go through. Warner Brothers pockets like $7 billion or
Okay.
something.
Yeah. There's some sort of
So
deal. Like,
that could be a hoodwink. You know what I mean? They get them like, you know, you were being conspiracy, I'll be conspiracy. When I heard
oh,
that,
now it's okay.
no, but I didn't know that part. But it's like, geez, so they could literally set it up, and someone may have known that it never was going to go through.
Right.
And Warner Brothers pockets $7 billion.
and now Warner Brothers isn't for sale.
like you put it. Would you put it past them to not?
No.
Put
Of course,
that in?
no, of course I wouldn't
So
put it
I
past
don't
them.
know.
But it would be wild if they're like, oh, the sale's not through, and Zaslav's like, nah, I'm not going to sell
And
it.
apparently he makes money either way. Based
Yeah, of course
on
he
his,
does.
Right?
Of
So
course
he
he
doesn't
does.
care. And if he makes that extra $7 billion, he
Yeah.
makes more than if he didn't.
That's what he's like. I'll just keep it.
It's
just
crazy.
keep
The
it.
whole
It's
thing's
fine.
crazy. But anyway, I agree with you though with the theater thing. But also, I'm of the mind of like, if you want to go see a movie in the theater and they put it out for a few weeks or whatever, do it. And if you
Yeah.
can't, then watch it
That
at
will
home.
also, I think, if you were saying like, okay, Batman 2
Mm-hmm.
is going to be in theaters for 3 weeks.
or maybe exclusively. I don't know why they wouldn't leave it in there for 8 weeks and then just put it on streaming 3 weeks later. I mean, either leave it in there or don't.
I think
you know?
what it could do is it makes it like appointment viewing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that if that's the case, you might see showings sell out
Yeah.
because you're like, this is only going to be here for 2
You're right.
weeks.
If they want to
you
front
wanna
load
see
it and get them in there,
get
yeah,
them in
you're
there
right.
and load it up.
But for theaters though, they're like
I think
eventually
popcorn's expensive now.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah. Yeah, I mean that's where they make their money for sure. So I just don't know what it's going to look like. But I'm of the mind again, most people aren't going to the theater. Sadly, it's sad but true, right? So it's like put it in theaters. The people that do want to go will go, and like you give them enough time, few weeks. I mean, if you really want to go, if you can't, I mean that's a bummer.
Yeah, it is,
But I will say, like, that's fine for the consumer, but from a theater standpoint, don't forget the way the business model is structured is that, like, the studios get like 90% of the revenue in that first week, and then week 2 it drops to like 80%.
Right.
And so where the theaters really start to make money is when you would get these movies that had legs that would stay in the theater for 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks. Those last screenings, even if they were in the theater down the hall that only seats 100 people instead of the one that seats 600 people, they might be making more money off ticket revenue off that 100-seat theater, because at that point they're keeping
making like
70% of the revenue.
No, I mean it has to be restructured. Obviously, if it's only going to be a 2-week window, they can't do 90% of the studio. Like they're going to have to, because they're
not
also
going to restructure that.
No,
they're going to say eat a dick. And
I don't think you're wrong.
What are you going to do? Not show Avengers 19?
Right.
I'm just saying though that like
remember what Spielberg said like I don't know 5-6 years ago, where he basically said that going to a movie was going to be
an event.
An event. It's going to be like
going to
a
theater.
going to a Broadway show. And I got to tell you, it's starting to feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like especially if
feel
it's
like it.
Yeah. Thank God for that pass. Like honestly.
I think that's the only way to do it. I mean, we all have passes for us reviewing stuff every week. Like, if you didn't have the pass, I mean, it pays for itself in 1 or 2 movies.
At 2 movies and you break even.
And I mean, I've got the Marcus thing where you save 20% on concessions. So if you're going to eat there, like that does save a lot of money. 20%. I mean,
I think Alamo's is 10.
Oh yeah, for the high end one. Yeah. So I mean, but 20%. Like if I spent 30 this weekend or like 40, and so I got 8 off. Like that's a good savings for a $10 a month membership. Right, and you get discounted tickets, you get a free ticket every month. So if you're going to go to the movies a lot, I think the subscription model, just like with everything else, I hate to say it, but it is cheaper than tickets are $18 a piece now.
Yeah.
So it's like on a Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
buy the $20 a month membership.
it just pays for itself in one shot.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, the movie that we were seeing.
15 minutes in.
Yeah. So you saw it at the theater.
I did.
And you saw it at the theater. No, you didn't get to go. Oh, okay.
Brad over here, fancy pants.
Yeah. Well,
I
that's
had
how
to go. I saw the other 2 in theaters, and these are the kind of movies that.
How was the Wi-Fi at that theater? How's the Wi-Fi at the theater that you saw it? Was it good Wi-Fi? I just thought it might be bad because you weren't able to share last week's episode.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god!
So was it full though? Was it packed?
Yeah, it was full.
Went?
It was the. I don't think it was the big show at the Alamo, but it was a theater. I don't remember actually which theater it was, but it was full.
When I was checking out showtimes, and especially with there only being one theater locally showing it, like right around us, it's like they were pretty packed every show I looked at.
Then that's the theater that's going to be packed too.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about that before. That like the people that want to go see a movie
for the film nerds.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's cool. I think it's cool that people that want to see movies in theaters can go to these really nice, updated theaters that care about the sound and the visuals, and they have the really good food, and they make it into an event. Because otherwise, you go to another theater and you might have people playing on their phones and talking and doing that crap. So you know what? I'm almost like, make it an event, pay a little extra, but enjoy it, right? Because I mean, I will tell you, even like Marcus, I've been going there more.
Marcus sucks.
I've been going there for convenience, and they've updated some stuff, but lately their bulbs, I don't know if they're running them lower to save them.
We've
or
talked
something.
about this. They're absolutely running them lower
but the
so they
brightness,
don't burn out.
it's like half, and these are not dark movies I'm seeing, so I'm like watching.
It's even worse at the Esquire.
AMC's
I won't
bad.
go
That's
to,
where
I can't.
I
do
go to
AMC
AMC because that's where my pass is at.
Yeah.
And it was
Which one do you go to?
The Creve Coeur.
Is that better than the Esquire?
I don't know. It's
think
closer.
It might be.
It's
that's
updated a little more recently.
Okay.
But those AMC theaters have gotten so crappy around us. Like, I hope they build a brand new one in Chesterfield.
Yeah.
And it's like awesome state of the art.
Right.
But I can't do it. I go to Marcus or Alamo's the best. But if I can't make those showtimes, I go to Marcus.
See Adventure Living in the City.
Right. It'd be great
it's
to
like
have
10
that.
minutes from my house.
It'd be great if it was nearby. I'd go to that every time, no doubt. But anyway, so that's good to see that, like, you know, if you show a movie for a couple weeks that's supposed to go to streaming, why not just give it that theatrical window? I think
It's
HBO
easy-
should
it's
do it.
easy
Paramount
money.
should do it. It's free money.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
I
think Paramount does do it. I think that's kind of part of the deal is that Paramount said, yeah, we're going to do like 30 plus theatrical releases a year, which is also, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's good.
That's what they said. That's what they're talking about. Warner Brothers is like,
Yeah.
we'll
But
stick
Netflix
to,
has said that they would continue to release movies under the Warner Brothers brand and that they would be theatrical. And
But
they're
here's
not-
the thing, though. But if you read what Netflix actually said,
Yeah.
they were very sneaky and were like, "Oh yeah, everything planned to release for Warner Brothers
everything
will
that's
be."
planned
Yeah.
to
And
be
then
released.
they said, but we think the windows are too long right now. And right now they're only like 3 or 4 weeks before they go to VOD, which
Yeah.
means 2. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think Netflix is going to stick to
I
a
think the
30
windows
plus.
the windows need to be more variable because there are certainly movies that,
Yeah.
that just cap out after like a week
Yeah.
or two, where
Yeah.
the attendance just
Yeah.
drops
Disney
drastically.
is still, because people show up for Disney movies. Those movies stay in theaters for 60 days before
Yeah.
they go to VOD.
I
They're-
literally just messaged somebody outside before coming in here that I think the biggest tragedy for Netflix acquiring these movies is that they don't put them in the theater longer because
Yeah.
they do so well and
Well-
they're so engaging and
Yeah.
even second time viewing. Like I watched it for the second time last night. It's even better.
I
I
would-
would go to the theater again to see
Yeah.
it because it's so good.
Well, so Rian Johnson had to fight to get this 2-week window.
Yeah.
So they really wanted it, and I think they promised him it would, and then they were like, "No, we're not going to do theaters," and he had to fight tooth and nail to get 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't
hate
understand
that.
why Netflix thinks. I mean, is anybody really going to be like, "Oh, it was in theaters, I'm not going to buy Netflix"? Like, put it in theaters, and then in 2 weeks it's going to be on Netflix.
I've talked
Why-
about this with the WWE, for example.
Yeah.
Where like they're so the company itself is so big that it's almost impossible to fail, and I think Netflix is in that level where it's like you're so big.
Yeah.
I think that we said that they're number one streamer, right?
Yeah, for
What,
sure.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Worldwide, yeah.
So it's like you're not gonna. It's no loss. Like people aren't gonna be like, I'm canceling my Netflix subscription because I want to go see this in the theater.
Yeah, I think they're just
Like, it's
so
never
scared
it's never gonna happen.
that like that's why people go there, because they know movies drop on Netflix. But it's like, I don't know. I don't think people will cancel if they think,
No.
oh, it's in the theaters. Because again, okay, I'll go pay $40 to take 2 people to the theater instead of $20 on Netflix. Like,
you know
they're
what?
not gonna.
You might. I take that back. You might lose some. No, because I don't think so.
It's
I
more
think
expensive to go
I
to the
think you're gonna.
theater.
It's the opposite. I think
Yeah.
theaters are gonna struggle.
Yes.
When they say, "Hey, Batman," Supergirl is going to be in theaters for 2 weeks, and then that's gone.
That would really
The
hurt
people,
theaters.
a
It would.
a group of a family of 4 is not going to take their kids to the theater, pay all the money for the tickets, pay the money for the food when they could just wait 2 weeks,
Right.
watch
It's
it on
such a
Netflix.
short window that they're gonna
Yeah.
say wait, right, and that's the big.
So I think
problem.
that is the problem. Nothing's going to happen to Netflix. It'll be the theaters that take the hit.
Exactly. So with this one, I'm curious with you guys how you would rank them. I think this is my least favorite, and I still really enjoyed it.
I would say 1,
They're all
3,
good.
2.
I thought this one was better than the last one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm hearing
Yeah.
most people say that, and I don't.
The last one, I enjoyed the last one. It was too kinetic. There were too many people.
Yeah.
And it was like,
It's a little goofy, a little too goofy.
and it was coming at you so rapid fire. It didn't feel like you could really take in what the mystery was.
Yeah, I don't think you could figure that out without the explanation.
Yeah, like I don't think I don't think they cheated.
No, they didn't.
But it was so convoluted that
Yeah.
I'm almost like, I don't think that you could suss it out. And this one was like, it gave you a little bit more time to breathe.
They also
in a good way.
Yeah, they pared down the cast dramatically.
I think I liked the characters in the last one more, though. I liked the actors. I liked the characters. I thought they were more fun and interesting to follow. These ones, to me, were just kind of like, eh.
Have you seen who all the killers are in every movie?
Marvel.
They're all MCU
Yeah, spoilers.
actors.
They're all Marvel. That
Every
is-
single one
That is
an
funny. He does
MCU
that.
actor.
And I like that he put a Star Wars reference in this since he was supposed to make a
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, he
Another,
made a Star Wars.
Well, yeah, I know, but and then he was supposed to make
Supposed to have his own
another one.
trilogy,
Yeah.
I feel like that was kind of like,
That might be my favorite line
Yeah.
of the movie when the guy's like, "Yeah, we're like the rebels," and Jack O'Connell's like,
because
what?"
because this guy, this author is supposed to be like a right wing,
Yeah.
right?
No, that's the kid.
No, he talks about libtards and stuff too. The author,
The author does, yeah.
He does.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
And what
Yeah.
are they always doing? But like Homelander's the best. You know what I mean? Like it's like seriously, they like you don't get it.
No,
We're making Archie
that-
Bunker's my hero. It's
Right,
like,
that
you-
kid when he was like, "Yeah," and then like Star Wars, yeah, like we're the rebels, and
See?
Jack O'Connor,
Yeah.
O'Connor's just like, "What?"
So I thought that was a great
No.
line because that is exactly what the right does. Is they adopt these things and they're like, yeah, the Emperor was right. He's awesome.
No. He's saying the kid is saying, no, we're the good guys. We're the rebels. We're the Jedi. And Jack O'Connor's like, no, you are.
Self-aware enough.
You're the
Yeah.
Empire, bud.
Yeah.
Like that's who you are. You and your father. Like
But that's what I mean, though. But there's just a misunderstanding of like you don't.
He doesn't
exactly
understand
get
what
it,
he's saying.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say I think this is a little too long. It's 2.5 hours.
it's about 220. When I saw that,
226.
I did think
Yeah,
the same thing.
I think it could have been tightened up a smidge.
Benoit Blanc, aside from like reading a letter in the opening, he comes in 40 minutes into the movie.
Does
That's the
he-
nice part about being able to pause is I'm like keeping
Is he
track.
in? Does he show up immediately in 1 and 2? Like,
I
is
feel
he,
like it's
is he
sooner than
front and
40
center?
minutes.
A lot sooner than 40. But
And he's not in this one a lot either. Like,
No.
like when he shows, I mean, and Jack O'Connor does a really good job.
I think he's great.
it's clearly his movie.
It's his movie
Yeah.
though, more
Yeah.
than a Benoit Blanc movie, which I kind of show up for these for Benoit Blanc, so it just feels a little.
I get what you're saying, and
Yeah.
you're not wrong. But as someone who grew up on these shows,
Yeah.
there are Columbos where he doesn't show
Sure.
up
Yeah.
until like 30 minutes in.
Yep.
And I think he's just playing with the format
For sure.
and it works for me. Like I
Yeah.
get your
No, and I
complaint.
liked
and
it.
there
I
are
just was
people
like-
who to this day have those complaints
Yeah.
about those episodes
Columbo
of
episodes?
Columbos, you know. But there would be those episodes where like they would get really into their mystery.
Sure.
And they didn't
Like,
necessarily.
oh, wait.
They didn't necessarily need Columbo as
Yeah,
much.
There were
And-
house movies without or shows without house a lot of the times, or like he
Was
wouldn't-
it really?
He wouldn't show up for a lot of the episodes. You know, the
Yeah.
other
Yeah, they
doctors would
focus
take
on other-
point.
yeah.
So I get it. Those are my thoughts. I'm like, okay, 40 minutes in seemed like a lot. I'm waiting for this guy to show up. And then one thing I did really like is an hour into it, Jack O'Connor says, oh, and this is what you've been reading the last hour. And I paused and I'm like, oh, it's like an hour and 1 minute. Like they almost
timed it.
perfectly
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
that. I thought that was really smart of them. The way
He's so meticulous in the way that he puts the movie
Yeah.
together, and watching it a second time
Yeah.
and seeing all the shots that you didn't catch because you're just enthralled in the mystery the first time through.
Sure.
I was more impressed last night than I was the first because
Yeah.
I was just completely
Sucked into the
confused-
story.
sucked into it the first
Yeah.
time. Like I'm trying to figure it out. Somebody told us in the lobby outside. Like it was her second
That
time seeing
sucks.
it.
Oh.
No. It was her second time seeing it. She's like, I figured it out real early, and I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
looking for
That's the mystery movie version of the horror movie guy.
yeah.
It's like, well, that wasn't scary.
What I thought was great about this is I thought I figured it out
Yeah.
about halfway through. I was like, oh, I got it.
This movie,
And then
like,
keeps you guessing.
and then it's like, oh, damn it, I
two-thirds
didn't
of this
have it.
movie, I turned to Katie and go, I have no idea what's happening in this
See,
movie.
now
Like,
that's
there-
how I felt.
And that's
in the
one of my
second one.
complaints is like, but part of the reason you don't know is because they hid the motivation
Yeah.
from
Correct.
you. Like
Correct.
there's this whole the motive behind it is
Yeah.
really kind of hidden from you.
Yeah. Which I
until
think
the
is
reveal.
okay.
Yeah.
But usually I can kind of figure them out.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm like, okay, Glenn Close is in on it somehow. I'm like, she's giving me weird vibes. But I was like, I have no
and
idea
it's
how
funny
or
because
why.
that's also going back to shows like Columbo
Yeah.
and Columbo's not necessarily fair because Columbo's not a whodunit, it's a howdunit.
Right.
But like Murder, She Wrote, where it was like, I wonder who the murderer is. Oh, it's whoever the most famous guest star is.
Right. Oh, it's Donald Pleasance.
Right.
Since we got to the point when you mentioned it, I guess we can get into the spoilers.
Sure, yeah.
The moment, because I didn't pay attention to the cast. I knew it was going to be an all-star cast or whatever. I've been out of the sphere for a while. The moment that I saw Jeremy Renner in the pews, I'm like, he's going to be in on it.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it. Just like looking at him for like just the way that the character, I don't know what it was.
for
It's
sure.
just-
He was off. the
There
whole
is
time.
there is another like weird Avengers sequence when they go to the funeral.
The portal opened and the
The portal,
funeral.
Captain
That
America
was cool.
walked out. Chris Evans is like, I'm back.
Yeah, no, it's,
He's wearing the
what's
sweater.
the sweater? Yeah.
But there's a scene when they're at Josh Brolin's funeral.
Brolin.
Brolin.
Yeah,
Sorry,
sorry,
excuse
Brolin.
me. Yeah,
Please.
yeah. I apologize. But like the way they pan out,
You're making this a nightmare for
a
me.
nightmare. A nightmare. It is absolutely a nightmare. The way that everybody is standing and they're all in black, it almost looks like he recreated Tony Stark's funeral.
That's interesting.
And I think Jeremy Renner is like standing in the same position.
was there a weird little kid from Knives Out 1 that was standing there?
that nobody knew? They're like,
That no
who's
one
that kid?
recognized?
But yeah, so like there's another scene with the Glenn Close scene where she pops up like from behind Jack O'Connor. He's like,
Yeah.
and I was like, and the fact that that's a recurring
that
joke
was,
yeah.
is
that was
so funny.
very funny that she popped up with an axe and popped up Billy's place. Like, oh my god, so good.
It's like, I'm sorry for saying.
Yeah.
But there's a scene when they're looking at a picture, and my focus went to the second lamp, and I was like, okay, there. But
I didn't catch that one.
I
was looking at the
saw
bag.
it. I wasn't looking at the bag. I was looking at the lamp, and then I forgot about it.
Yeah.
So when it comes back, you're like, oh, damn it! Like it was right there the whole time.
The second time you watch it too, you can see Benoit is not focusing on the bag because the what's his name? Judd sees the bag, and that's how the scene continues on.
Yeah, I noticed that he's looking up when he's flashing
he's
the
looking.
photo.
He's looking up. He's figuring that all out, and then Judd points to the bag, and then they go talk to Renner. I forget his name already. I just watched it last night, but Dr. Nat. And but it was a clue that Benoit was looking at the lamp. Like you could tell there was a difference in what was happening between him and Judd in that moment. Like the second time you see it, because to look for the lamp the second time.
I love that. I love movies that you can watch a second time and see all the stuff
the
hiding in
bag.
plain sight.
And Benoit's like, what? No.
Yeah, it's great.
You idiot.
So talk about the plot. So you've got Josh O'Connor plays Judd.
He plays a priest in a seminary who doesn't have an assignment yet. He gets into a fight with a deacon and breaks this deacon's jaw because I guess the deacon says something out of pocket.
I love that Jeffrey Wright's like, we're not mad at you.
Can I tell you? I think
we're cheering it on a little bit, but we have to do something.
I think he is absolutely in one of my favorite actors of all time.
Oh,
Jeffrey
amazing.
Wright is incredible, and he's great in this.
Great in
He's in this less than
everything.
5 minutes,
Yeah.
and he stole
Did you
it.
get
Like,
the-
he's so
two
good.
scenes?
The
Yeah.
James Bond reference?
No, what was it? Oh, he's in James Bond.
He's
yeah.
Felix.
He's Felix,
whatever
yeah.
his name is.
Yeah,
and
the
then-
American agent.
Yeah, and they're standing side. They're
That's
buddies.
pretty funny.
They're standing
That is
side by
good,
side at the
yeah.
end.
I love that. See, and I think that's again Rian Johnson casting purposefully. Like, okay, I like this guy. They were together. I'm gonna do some funny little stuff.
Yeah,
here,
and I
plant
think
these,
he's so he has Jack O'Connor has to go in front of like a panel, and Jeffrey Wright is on this panel, and basically they're like, look. He's like, I'm really sorry. I didn't, I got out of hand. We find out that he was a boxer when he was younger, and he
killed a guy in the ring.
and I was going to say accidentally, but it's not accidentally. Like he says, he's like, I was going to, I killed him.
Well, no, I think it was
he
in,
didn't.
in the combat
He
sport.
says, I knew what he says,
I had hate in my heart.
I had hate in my heart,
But
and
I
I
don't-
knew
But
what
he
I was
did not
doing.
set out to murder him. But like,
Yeah,
he
I-
wanted
I-
to beat him so bad because he hated him.
That's how I took
that he
it.
didn't
See, I took it as he let the rage take over. Maybe like a certain Star Wars character that Rian Johnson was. I'm not kidding. Like, I think this is absolutely part of Luke's story that Rian didn't get to tell.
Yeah.
But are you telling me that in
don't
boxing
think he-
matches, boxers that are trying to win a match hold back? Like he was doing what any boxer would do.
I think he was just trying to win, and then
Boxers don't hold back and go, oh, they try to win the match.
I heard it as like he felt bad about not feeling bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
right,
also
exactly.
I took it as
I don't think he went in there with
I
the
don't think
intent to kill him.
No,
Yeah.
but I think he's in the moment. He lets the rage take over. He knew this guy was beat, and he kept beating the shit out of him, and he ends up killing him.
Yeah.
That
So
could be,
do I think that he goes into the fight intending to kill him? No.
Right.
Do I think that he lost control and continued to hurt?
Possibly.
Continued wanting to hurt this guy,
Yeah.
and he does, and he kills him.
For sure. And that's what makes him become a priest.
Yes.
It's like, I need to do something that will redeem myself.
Correct.
Like,
And I think
He wants to be able to hear his own confession.
His battle.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
smooth.
Yeah.
His battle throughout the whole movie of the doubt that is being, everybody blaming him too, and battling that like.
he
Wait,
had such doubt.
wasn't Glenn Close in doubt?
I have such
She had
doubt.
such doubt.
No, that was Meryl Streep. But,
You're right. I used to get those two mixed up so much when I was
That's
younger.
funny.
Well, I felt like everybody in this movie was like the lesser version of somebody else that they wanted. Like you can't get
Interesting.
Meryl Streep, so you
So you
get
got Glenn Close?
I do
And
feel
I
like
like
he
Carrie
could have
Washington.
gotten
so good though.
And I felt like
Kerry Washington?
hang on, who else reminded me? Not everybody, but
Well, Josh O'Connor felt like Adam Driver.
yes,
He does feel like a
yes.
full-
Josh
I like
O'Connor
him,
felt
but-
like Adam Driver. The guy that played the author.
Oh, the guy, he was Moriarty on Sherlock.
Okay, to me, he felt like not Sam Rockwell.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I
and
could
so
see
it's
him
like,
as not Bill Paxton.
Well,
I was
not
saying
Sam
Bill-
Rockwell's had a career in the last decade of just playing a racist.
I did see somebody say they're like, this was supposed to be Stephen King, right? And I was like, Stephen King is not racist at all.
Yeah.
And he
And like-
says some things in books, but
he has had some problematic things, but overall, like normally it's like he's trying to make a larger point, even if
Correct.
sometimes it can be a little clunky, especially when you're going back to a book that's 50 plus years old. But like,
welcome to Darian's tonight.
Yeah, but he is not like a right wing.
I did not get this at all.
He's the exact opposite. Like you follow him on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Like he's not right wing in any way, shape, or form.
The line where he's like, all of my fans look like John Goodman from Big Lebowski.
When that comes
and
back, that was so
I like that Jack
funny.
O'Connor's like, that's not that bad. Like that's kind of fun. And then the comeback at the end where he's like angrily signing books.
So
Yeah.
good. It was so good.
Walter, right? That's that character's name.
Yeah,
Walter and
Yeah.
Big Lebowski. Yeah. So he gets sent to this little town in New York.
Yeah, and
There's a
Jeffrey Wright
problematic
does
priest.
kind of. He's like, do you know anything about Monsignor? Blah blah blah. And he was like, no. He's like, all right, well, good luck.
Yeah.
See ya. And he gets there, and Brolin,
Jefferson Wicks.
yeah, okay. Brolin has obviously made a career, right, as Thanos. Like he's gonna
Made
be
a career?
He's gonna be Thanos forever. Are you gonna remember him for anything else besides Thanos?
Labor
Oh,
Day.
I mean, yeah. Well, haunting my nightmares.
Night what?
Nightmares.
Oh, okay. And I don't mean that in a bad way. The guy has had an incredible career.
Goonies.
I know. I love Goonies.
That's wild.
It's so good. But he's gonna be Thanos forever.
Yeah.
And that's all mocap, and he's a massive character, right?
Yeah.
He's not a massive man. He's like 5'9".
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's tiny. He's
Sounds tall to me.
But you know
But
what?
when you
But
see
up
him
on that
next to other,
pedestal, or-
so yeah, when you see him next to other, I sometimes forget that, and then he walks next to Josh O'Connor. You're like, oh, you are a little man.
he's playing Jeff Bridges in this movie.
In what way? Which Jeff
He
Bridges?
looks just like Jeff Bridges.
Which are we talking like Starman Jeff Bridges? Or are we talking like
Talking Rooster Cogburn
Rooster
Jeff
Cog-
Bridges.
yeah, okay.
R.I.P.D. Bridges.
Yeah. Does he not look just like him in this
He does look
movie?
like
He's got
He
that
looks-
look for sure.
I'm like, but Brolin.
We're talking about him and Walter, so we basically have the Big Lebowski.
yeah,
Yeah,
right, right.
exactly.
Where's Buscemi?
Oh.
Not in this movie.
No.
No.
We could find one, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But, he is a great actor. And I
Absolutely he
hope
is.
that he gets right. Because I was thinking back to Weapons and how good he was just
He's
in
fantastic
Weapons
in
earlier in
Weapons.
this year. He's so good. And I don't know. I don't think of him as just Thanos, but I agree that, like, that is a huge role.
It's kind of like De Palma in that De Palma has done some incredible movies.
But he's Mission Impossible.
What? Man, that fucked me up. Like, I was not. He's Scarface. Like, that's what he's going to be remembered for. He has done some incredible movies. Scarface is not a good movie. But he's going to be, it's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie.
No.
It's not a good
No.
I mean, I haven't
No.
seen it in a long time. I
But
love
it's
that
like
movie.
not
It's a
popcorn
movie 20 years
movie.
ago.
But it is pop culture.
Yeah.
Like that poster,
Yeah.
I feel like
Grand
people
Theft-
love the idea of Scarface
Yeah.
more than they love
It's an
Scarface.
iconic ending,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's an iconic line, but
Well, it's a quotable movie. It's
go
a-
back and
it's-
watch Body Double, Blowout,
Yeah.
Sisters,
I had to-
Dress to Kill.
Back like 20 years ago, I had to get a out of region Scarface DVD, like off of eBay, just to see the movie.
You had to?
I had to see it. I wanted to, like after Vice City came out, I'm like,
But
I
the
need to see
poster-
what Scarface is all
Did
about.
you buy the poster from Spencer's and
Never
put
had
it
the
on your
never
wall?
had the
They
poster.
always got the poster because he liked Jersey Shore so
That's
much.
right. That's right.
Every-
Brad's house had a Fight Club poster. He had his Rat Pack poster. He had a Scarface
But
poster.
every mall store
100%.
had a Scarface
it was
poster.
Scarface, Fight. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Scarface, Fight Club, and some version of the Rat Pack.
I think the poster made more money than the movie did.
It
had to.
It
Yeah.
became such a and they put it on shirts and stuff.
Oh
They
yeah,
merchandised
that
the whole
poster. I mean, like parodies of it.
It was
that
in every
poster- it was
rapper's,
everywhere.
Well,
Yeah.
because
Our
I would
house
say
on-
that's why, because hip hop embraced that
Yeah.
movie.
Yep,
Yeah.
big time.
Like, because I remember when the movie came out, it was like it was supposed to be this great thing, supposed to be the next Godfather, and
Right.
people were like, "This is not the next Godfather," and it kind of came and went. I'm not saying it didn't make any money, but like I think there didn't he get nominated for an Academy Award?
For
or
that
maybe,
one?
Maybe Michelle Pfeiffer did.
No,
I don't think
know.
he did. Yeah.
But like it got a little bit of attention, but most people were just like, what are they doing in this movie? It's
Right.
so crazy. and then it just kind of went away, but then hip hop embraced it.
Yep.
And then that's when it really got
Came
a
back.
second
Oh, you're
life.
thinking of when it was nominated for an 8th annual Golden Satellite Award?
That's exactly
that's
what
right.
it was. Yeah. Tom
Yes.
is very adept at the golden satellites.
Golden Globes, Al Pacino, Stephen Bauer, and Giorgio Moroder were all nominated. Sound editor award nominated. Golden
mean, the
Raspberry
sound-
worst director.
The sound
nominated.
editing
Wow.
in that movie is just spot on.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's all. It's all you want to talk about.
It's all just cocaine sniffing.
Is how the sound.
That's all
edit-
it is.
Yeah.
So it, like, he goes there and he immediately Brolin's like, "This is my church.
Yeah.
Like, you're not taking it." And Jack O'Connor's like, "I'm not here to take it. Like, I'm here to assist you. Like, we're just." He's
I like the one.
I'm
I
here
like
to listen to you talk about masturbating.
Golly.
Oh boy, how are you ever?
I like the one line in the voiceover where he's like, "This is not the true church." Like, basically, it's like, "Don't yell at us."
Right.
Yeah.
We're
Yes,
not trying
which-
to say that this is about the Catholic
I
Church.
gotta tell you, he's talking about something.
Yeah.
He's talking about MAGA.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
through and through.
He did last time too.
Oh, this
Did
whole
he?
movie is very much a
What was the-
commentary. When he goes through that list of all the
Yeah.
talking points, I tried
Oh,
the
yeah.
immigration and the,
Well,
this, that,
even
and the
that,
other.
but
List-
I mean, when Brolin's homilies are getting so crazy.
Yeah, as soon as they started showing Brolin from the pulpit, I was like, I think
Ye-
we might have a metaphor.
Maybe the rat means.
yeah, it is not very
Well, and then
subtle.
it gets down to, I think the scene that I think seals that metaphor
is
is
when he falls asleep in the middle of a homily.
when he's seen using a walker.
He had a bruise on his hand.
For years.
he
and
does
he
fall
had-
asleep in that
He
closet.
had cankles. He had cankles the size of the Rock's neck.
He had a
Not
catheter
anymore.
running down his
You
leg.
seen The Rock?
No, he didn't drop all that weight.
He looks very skinny.
Have you seen his cankles?
But when they're in the rectory, and Kerry Washington basically lays out what we're going to get to here, like one of the reveals, and all of the people, instead of listening to her, where she's like, "This is what's happening," he's conning you. They're all just kind of all of this. So it's the author, Jeremy Renner.
The doctor.
The doctor
Is Jeremy Renner.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Cellist.
the cellist, who's actually she was
From
in
St. Louis too.
the cellist.
she?
Yeah.
She was in Civil War. She's the new
Yep.
photographer in
Kaylee
Civil War.
Spaney.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think she was in Alien Romulus as well.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And they're all kind of sitting there, and rather than listening to her and paying attention to what she's saying, they're like, "Well, maybe he's not that bad."
Uh-huh.
And at that
He's
point, I
not
was
mean
like,
to me.
"Right."
Because they all
Right.
have interests.
Jeremy
Correct.
Renner's whole trying to explain like he's not that bad was just a. It was
I love the way the author goes, "Well done." He's
yeah,
like,
well
"Thanks."
said. Yeah, because he didn't say anything at all. He was
Yeah.
just.
But I will say the
It's
right.
like everybody's uncle at Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah, it's the Bobby Moynihan drunk uncle.
What about?
Yeah,
What about
what the old whatabouts?
Yeah.
Why don't you move those goalposts back a little bit there, Slick?
But the writing is so good. Rian Johnson is such a good writer.
Yeah.
And I loved the Josh O'Connor like narration, his thoughts throughout the movie and what you're hearing him say. Like, it's so clever and funny.
I
and-
think he was a real fighter. In
You
real
really
life.
do think so?
Well, he's got cauliflowered ears.
Yeah, there was
So,
a moment at
like,
the end where I got a note, like when he was holding Glenn close at the end, and I looked at his ear, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there is no shape to that.
You don't really
whatsoever. There's
get
like-
those unless you're a
Yeah.
wrestler or a fighter. Like there's nothing. You know how your ears got like little divots and
Yeah.
stuff.
It was just
not
flat.
wrestlers'
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just cartilage that's gross. So it becomes very obvious as Jack O'Connor is trying to figure out this church that what's the guy's Brolin has just this wild hold on the core cast of this movie. He to the point where Jack O'Connor kind of wants to have
Josh O'Connor,
sorry, wants to do like a prayer meeting. Everybody, the main people are there, and they're like, "Well, where's the pastor? Where's Monsignor?" And he's like, he's coming."
We didn't tell him yet.
He's like, "What do you mean you didn't tell him yet? Like that's, you use this certain kind of language and it means you're going to tell him."
Yeah.
And they all get freaked out. Like they're like, "We can't have, this can't happen."
He played rugby. I bet you that.
Oh, that's
Oh,
100%.
that- yeah.
because I was like, he's like Irish or something. I was like, I bet
Rugby
it's
will
rugby.
absolutely do that to your ears as
Yeah.
well.
Well, and I like it when Judd's like, "This is an official meeting. I am."
Yeah.
He's the associate pastor.
Like-
He's like the number 2 guy.
Yeah, like I can hold meetings too.
I think I'm allowed to pray with people.
Yeah.
It's
And everybody's
kind
like-
of in the job description.
Everybody's like, no, no,
Yeah,
you're
his,
not.
his struggle the whole time being thrown into this situation that's very odd, and there's obviously a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I thought it was interesting, like him, and then fighting against his own urges to fight. He wants to fight and be combative, but he's trying to, put that side of himself, away.
away.
And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he did a great
like
job.
Luke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Luke's
True.
You know,
Yeah.
we see that in what's the last one?
Jedi.
Last Jedi,
Yeah.
where he's like, you know, he's gonna kill Kylo because he's running on instinct,
Mhm.
and instead of and then
It's my favorite Jackson Brown song.
Which one?
Running on Instinct. Yeah.
Yeah. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. though. Last Jedi, I think, is the best.
I actually
movie of
need
that
to
trilogy.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
It's grown on me. In theaters, the first watch, I was like, this is so different and not what I was expecting. And then I saw it 3 times in theaters, and I kept reassessing. I'm like, no, this is really good. And then when Rise of Skywalker came out, I'm like, oh, this is definitely the best. Like, the first one is good, but it's all nostalgia.
I think the first
Force
one
Awakens is good, but all they're doing is go, remember this,
first one is
remember them,
first one is
remember
great
this.
because they have to reestablish.
But they needed to set that
they
up.
have to
which
reestablish
I,
that.
I still think I like the first one the best of the 3. I like the second one the second best of the 3, and I was really interested to see where that was going. And then the third one was just like, what are we doing?
They didn't
here?
know. That's the thing. They had no plan.
Well,
right?
it was it Abrams, Rian Johnson, and then it was supposed to be
Colin
Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, get him
and
out of
Abrams
here.
was like, oh, let me just undo all the stuff that Johnson did, which was really a disservice to the whole franchise, obviously. But anyway, so Last Jedi, I think, is the best film of that trilogy, and it's doing something different, and it's actually not just trying to tap into nostalgia. It's like, let's tell this story.
My nostalgia better not be different.
Yeah, how dare you?
And if it is different, it better be different in a way that makes it just like the thing I'm
That's
nostalgic for.
But he was
But
trying to.
don't repeat yourself.
or I'm not gonna like it.
But I like that he was trying to do something different instead of just be like, let's do this endless series of reboots and remakes and do
It's
the
all
same thing.
Skywalkers.
Yeah.
It's all we're doing.
Yeah,
It's the whole thing.
Hopefully not. I mean that Ryan Gosling Starfighter movie.
I
Hopefully,
think he's a Skywalker.
And remember
Whoa,
what I
come on! No, they better
serious.
not. You seriously?
Yeah.
well
There's a
remember
whole-
what I said at the time. Future of Star Wars was in television.
You were right. You were right. I think
Just
I
saying.
think he's Luke's great grandson.
Oh, I really
looking at his design, looking at the way he looks just
well, I'm
like
just
Cade
putting-
Skywalker.
I hope they put it. I hope they can do away with it. They've got to do some movies to get it. Once they start making good movies, not with Skywalker, that's going to be someone's Skywalker. You know what I mean?
They have.
If this,
It's Rogue One.
no, but that
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that goes right into the Skywalker saga. So it's like that movie, that Starfighter movie, is going to be someone's first movie, and they're going to be like, "This is the guy." If he's not a Skywalker,
You know what
they're
I
like, "This is
I
my-"
wonder if they're going to introduce if they're going to bring de-aged Luke into the Mandalorian movie
Again?
Yeah,
movie.
I mean
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the movie.
God, I just
I have
could
no idea.
not care less about seeing him ever again. We've got all those movies;
That
they're great.
The appearance in the Mandalorian season 2 is perfect.
It's fine. Yes, do one little cameo,
perfect.
be done with it,
Yeah.
please. Again, if we don't get away from it, we're never going to get new stuff. We're just going to get, oh, here's Luke, and here's Luke. And
when corporations take over,
That's-
and they already have.
yeah, that's all
When
they do.
IP sells,
Uh-huh.
nothing will be new.
I know.
It'll be all IP all the time.
And now with AI, do you see Disney signed $1 billion deal with
Sora.
Sora?
Yeah. So wait, so does that mean that people that use Sora can now
Will
use
be
Dis-
able
will
to,
be able to
yes.
use Disney characters?
Yes.
Okay.
And up to, I think, a minute or something. I can't remember. But like, you're going to be, and now it's not like, oh, we're being trained and like it kind of looks like him. It's like, man, this is licensed.
Somebody told me too that some of the stuff that's created with that could show up on Disney Plus.
Yes, they're gonna showcase like the best creations or whatever in like a section of like user created.
Oh, there's gonna be some.
It's
Anna
so
and Elsa
wild
shit
to me
that's gonna
for
be-
being so protective of their properties
I
for so
know.
long to just let anybody
It's
create anything with
wild.
them is.
But I think they see the future
so.
of it.
Honestly, what it could be as well is it's almost like you're sitting. I know. Sorry, Tom. You're sitting and you're looking at single A ball. And you're like, let's see what these guys have got, and then you start plucking, like, oh, that guy's got something,
That's
and you
true.
pluck him
Because
It's a
like-
talent. It's a talent pool.
I think what they're testing is, can we make movies and shows with AI? Let's let the users do it for free, and if they come up with some really good stuff, guess what? Now you don't have to pay people.
in
for
15 years, there's going to be somebody working at Disney that made a short with that Sora or
stuff.
whatever.
Yeah,
and now
there
they're
absolutely will be.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that's
So-
what they're trying to do.
we find out things are not going well for Judd in this church. He's just being stopped at every path to kind of bring this church is dwindling in population or popularity. It's basically down to your cast of characters. It's all that's left in this church. Brolin has run everybody
He weeds
off.
out anybody that will not go along with his hateful
or that
crap.
yes, correct.
Anyone that shows up, you see a single mother, and he talks about sin of being a
And
single
did
parent.
you notice she's wearing a mask?
And there's COVID mask.
Like, I think that's absolutely
there's a gay couple.
You know, yeah.
I mean, and anybody that doesn't adhere to his beliefs and his values, and that he can't manipulate, they're gone. So he just scares them away. So yeah, you've got like 10 people in this church that are like diehards. And
so it gets to a point where, we kind of get they show this. There's O'Connor is trying to, or Judd is trying to. There's a hole where like a shadow of where a cross used to be in the church. And we find out that Judd used to do woodwork, so he's like, he's up on a ladder and he's measuring, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And Judd's like, "Oh, I woodwork is a passion of mine. I was just going to make a new cross." And he was like, "No, we leave that down because of the harlot and the whore." And Judd's like, "What are you talking about?"
Back up. What is this? So we get we get
the backstory from Glen Close, where she basically says the former pastor of this church was Judd's father, Judd's grandfather. Judd's grandfather. Because he has a daughter. The daughter is anti-church, and she is out in the town doing her thing, and she ends up having a child out of wedlock.
Harlot and a whore,
would you say? I would say that's exactly what that is.
She likes
their words, not mine.
Right? Nope, that's their words. It's actually
on her business card.
It's correct. So,
it's in her LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
They Prentice
LinkedIn.com/harlot
and whore. That's right. Ampersand.
Is that harlotine?
We've been doing this too long.
Or harlot. Are you going to get into the deeper part of that backstory later?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Want to make sure.
How much later?
Yeah.
So he, basically Prentice, who is the originator of this parish, says, "You stay here. I'll raise this kid. I will give you I have $80 million of a family fortune that will go to you when I die." So finally, Glenn Close's character as a little girl sees this priest die, and all he has is this little globe that is it's called Eve's apple. Mm-hmm. And inside of it is this little statue of Jesus, and we see that the woman, the daughter, goes into this possessed rage where she's tearing up the church and she's smashing things because she's so angry because there is no money, as far as they know.
We don't know why she's destroying it, but there's a reason.
Well, they make you think she's mad.
They make you think she's mad,
right?
About not getting her way.
Correct. Yeah. And I'll just do this now. We see this way, and then
we see the same scene like 3 times throughout the movie.
Correct. Which I did see a little behind the scenes thing where Rian Johnson said that he took like colored plastic and like surrounded the camera in this like just very ugly fashion that gave it, that scene when she opens the door and there's the red light behind her. Yeah. That's a camera trick. There's like a piece of glass like in front of the camera that turns the sky red and stuff like that. It was actually a cool little technique that, hopefully doesn't go away when AI becomes, omnipresent. So we see this version, and the little girl who is Glen Close says something to her, and this woman attacks Glen Close, this little girl, and she's punching her in the face. When we get the reveal of what happened, we find out that she's not tearing up the church out of rage. She's looking for this money. And so she's smashing the cross. She's tearing down. She's opening, tearing books. Glen Close, we find out that the priest created a diamond. He poured all of this money into one giant diamond, and he swallows it. And that's how, when we see him die earlier in the movie, he dies by swallowing this diamond.
And he shows Martha, Glen Close's character.
Yeah. And she sees it. It's not like she sees it.
You're the only one's going to know. So he chokes, he dies right there with it in his body. He's buried with it.
Correct.
And so the mom was smashing everything, looking for where the money was hidden in this church and couldn't find it.
And Glen Close says to her,
the little girl says,
"I know where it is, and I will never tell you."
So she starts beating, because at first, in the second time you see this flashback, you're like, why is she beating the crap out of this little kid? That's crazy.
Right.
And the third time you're like, still not okay, but like, okay, she said something to her. Like, it wasn't just, I've gone insane.
Right,
like,
right. So there's a scene where Martha's talking to Judd, and Judd challenges her. He's like, "Are you telling?" Basically says, "You guys are terrified of this guy. You won't be honest with him." Blah blah. He goes, I dare you. He basically says, you will not go to confession and you will not confess your
right after the
deepest,
prayer group.
your deepest, darkest secret. And there's the next scene where there's like a loud noise from the confessional. Martha walks out and so the way I took this one, I was like, she gave him the old sloppy toppy.
I thought so too, because I'm like, what
the
else?
The way they play it, it's exactly the way which I think that's exactly what you're supposed to think.
Okay. I don't know what to think now, though. You'll have to explain it to me.
I think she tells him.
Yeah.
And she's distraught about telling him.
Oh, and he's just worked up over it? Okay.
Because now he finds out there is $80 million.
Right. And it's also, he's probably been drinking too.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
because
Okay.
that's been a very big plot point is that he drinks and subtly, but people know.
Okay.
It's like
but we know from there's that really good scene where Judd is like, they go to confession and he is doing confession to Josh Brolin, and he's like, I've sinned. I went through all the medical records and I found out
you can't masturbate.
You had this prostate.
There's like medical castration.
You're just confessing to mess with my head.
Yeah. And I do the voiceover is like, when he takes when Judd takes Brolin's confession for the first time, he says, I realized this was his opening punch, and there were more coming.
Yeah.
And the way he's describing, he's like the second round of confessions, where he's like, yeah, I tried that thing where I put my hand like up underneath it, upside down, and the kid's just like, God,
it's so he's messing with him so bad. And then when you get that reveal, it's such a good reveal because you're like, holy crap, he's just been
messing with him the
such
whole time.
A jerk the whole time. But so he says like for 5 years ago you had this procedure,
right?
So he couldn't have been doing anything with Glen Close and the thing. So I never thought about it again. Like, well, what the hell actually happened?
I think he was just
freaked out,
flummoxed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then they're doing this service, and we find out that when Brolin does this massive homily, he needs to collect himself. So there's like a little tucked away.
It's a refractory period.
That's exactly right. And O'Connor, Judd, yeah, kind of takes over until Josh Brolin can get himself together. This instance, we hear a crash. Judd looks over, and there's
clinky clank,
maybe clink, something
that you don't notice. He falls over. Judd goes in there, and it's Brolin is dead. He's got what looks like a knife. He's got something in his back.
He is seemingly dead.
Yeah. Yes. Well, he's dead.
No,
not yet.
No.
Oh, I guess that's true. Not yet.
That's the whole thing, right? And so we will say, I mean, you've been listening to this for almost an hour. You should watch this movie. If you haven't, just stop it. Like, the fun of these movies is all the reveals, right?
The first fun is seeing it the first time and trying to figure it out. The second time is watching it and seeing
and
it
listening
play
to
out.
companion podcasts.
Yeah, of course.
But like, seriously though, like for this reveal, the fun of it is seeing it the first time. So I would implore you, pause this, come back to it right after you watched it, but it's really crazy the way that Rian Johnson writes these. And I would love to know if he writes them backwards, if he gets to who he wants to have done it and figures out how they could
I don't even think he
possibly
needs to know who did it as much as how it happened.
Right.
Like
but
once
I'm
he's
saying,
like I do wonder if it's like, all right, we're going to have this here, we're going to have this here, this here, and then he can kind of just plug in.
Yeah, I don't know, because when there's so
the
many twists and turns, I don't know how you can formulate that all up front. I almost feel like you have to be like, it was an inside job, this person did it, now how? They had this person's help, like, do you work backwards? Because how can you in the first place be like, oh, it went to this person and like weaved it around? I honestly don't know, but it's fascinating. And so if you want to give the reveal here of what happens...
Which part?
Well, so we see him
because I don't want to go through it all and then go through it again.
He looks like he's dead right there, and so it's like, oh, he's dead. He's got a thing in his back.
O'Connor kind of leads down. And he has blood on his hands,
and this object is something that he just touched the night before.
Yeah, it's this wolf's head from the
week before,
the lamp,
he broke it off and took it with him, and he was
threw it into the church. And then when he goes back to look, it's gone.
It's just shattered glass,
broken glass. So Renner, being the doctor, walks in.
Don't touch anything. Let me examine.
And then of course Martha makes, maybe she makes a little bit of a big old scene, and everybody pays attention to her while Renner switches.
This is the crazy part too. So like him being the doctor, he has given the pastor
so we find out,
was it barbital?
No, it was like some poison.
Something I can't pronounce.
Whatever,
Barbitol.
Yeah. So he gives him this to like sedate him. So he's not even dead. He's just sedated. But then he goes and slips a real knife into him and murders him right there, where it's like, watching that, knowing that there's an alive guy that's just getting slowly killed Ooh,
not anymore.
But he swaps out the thing because this wolf head lamp thing was like sewn into the back of his
Martha,
she does the laundry.
Martha sewed it into the vestment, and it's like his vestments are this certain shade of red, and she paints the wolf's head the same shade. And if you go back and rewatch it, you can see it.
When you watch the footage, is it there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Every little detail. That's what I'm saying. He's so meticulous in including it. He wasn't so good about it in Glass Onion. I don't want to go on too big of a tangent, but there's scenes in Glass Onion that don't make sense when you rewatch it because when you know the outcome, there's interactions that happen one way and then you see the interaction again another way, and it's like that's not how we saw it earlier.
Sure.
But it's not like a bad memory type thing.
Kind of, and I would forgive it if it was from the perspective of somebody else seeing it, but like. We're not going to get too deep into it, but in this one specifically, like every detail is, from my experience or from my second viewing,
that's awesome.
Worked out.
Ransom,
it was really cool.
That was his name.
Ransom. Yeah.
We find out that there's
the clinkety clank was not just a body.
It was the flask
breaker box. Yeah.
And so when Judd walks in the first time, he sees it and trying to this is Judd's whole thing is about grace and forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
So
Christianity.
Correct.
Yeah. The right way.
The right way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
For those that didn't hear that, Tom said the left way. So he goes in and he sees this and thinking that he doesn't want to. There's one guy. It's Thomas Hayden Church.
Samson,
the Sandman.
Yeah.
Who says he's a recovering alcoholic. He's the groundskeeper of this church, and he says
also
Marvel. Marvel. That's true. Oh man, that is Marvel. Well, it's not the MCU though.
And he's
in the Sony one, or the second or the third Spider-Man movie where they all come together.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Was he in that? He was in that, right?
Yeah.
He was.
Flint Marco.
Yeah. And he's also him and Glenn Close are hooking up.
But it's not. You say that like it's a secret.
No, that's
open.
I
don't think it's a secret.
That's a real thing.
But they're also not married. I'm just saying in a church setting, I would think
I thought she was a nun. So when he slaps her on the ass, and she responds, I was like, what?
No.
Yeah. So
she's a nun your business. What she's doing with Sam,
which I think happens more often than you would. Yeah. So
yes, that's the whole problem with the church and like trying to be celibate. It's like humans are not going to do that, so it's a stupid idea.
Yes, it's terrible. No, it is a terrible idea. It's the only one that does it.
Yeah.
Lutheran pastors aren't celibate.
Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah. Because what's the church with all the problems with this stuff?
Right.
Oh, it is not exclusive to the Catholic Church.
No, but the celibacy
is not the problems. Sadly, there are lots of ministers out there doing sex things.
But the big cover-ups, the biggest ones you hear about, the Catholic Church, and it's like...
Yeah, it's because I think it's probably the biggest in the United States.
Let them be married.
Let them be people.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Just let them exist. And
what's the religious... not a religious expert. Why do Catholic priests, why are they not able to be married?
That one I never... was Jesus celibate? Did they say that he was celibate? No, because he
never got married, so
but he was banging...
I don't think that
Jesus was banging. Hold on.
Did you not see The Last Temptation of Christ?
Did you not see those abs?
Mary Magdalene was getting it.
You don't get those kind of abs to not.
Yeah, I mean, I did not mean to go on a tangent about this, but there is a reading where Jesus is banging?
There are people.
Yeah.
There are like
theories.
Christian conspiracy theories,
theories.
that like he fathered a child. So like I think they never...
He and Mary Magdalene were always kind of...
So I think that the Catholic Church had always been like, oh, he did not have sex because they also did not want to contend with the idea that there was a biological descendant
could be a
of
bloodline.
Jesus, right? Like that would create its own problems, right? So so I was never really entirely sure the theological reason. I think they would say so because you're supposed to focus on the church and not have any other responsibilities and be at the beck and call of your parishioners 24 hours a day, and therefore you could not do that effectively if you also had to worry about your own wife and children. But now we've got smartphones, so like
don't worry about it. You got to put in your ID,
you
but
got an app for it. You'll be fine.
So he knows that this guy, when he goes to do his little recovery, he's taking a swig of
Yeah, and he's
Jesus
going to
juice.
protect the he basically says the only good person here is Samson. And if Samson finds out that Josh Brolin is drinking on the job, it's going to destroy him.
Because he stopped him from he kicked
got
him off.
he got sober because of Brolin. So he hides the flask,
showing just how good of a person Judd is.
Yes.
The fact that he would do this for this guy he hated. And he even says it. He's like, I was happy when he died because I just had so much hatred for him.
Right. So yeah, he hides the flask, but by hiding the flask, he inadvertently kind of screws up this case because inside the flask
But he doesn't. He is he saves the case because Jeremy Renner was going to
go in and steal it.
So it's crazy to think about that he screwed it up originally. The thought was, but Jeremy Renner was like looking for it. He's like, oh crap,
I can't find it.
And he had to go. Yeah.
Right. So the long and short of it is we figure out that this Glenn Close realizes that because she has told the pastor that there is this, the Monsignor, that there is this $80 million diamond, that the Monsignor is now basically going scorched earth at this prayer meeting that he kind of takes over with the congregation. He lays out, he's like, I'm done.
You're
cool.
Yeah.
So that's the whole, there is this other character that I thought that he was supposed to be Kerry Washington's adopted brother.
I thought so too.
But then they call him her.
No,
like, she raised him as her son.
They were married
because her father came home with the kid.
Yeah, her dad comes home with this kid,
this bastard child.
Yeah,
his bastard child.
No,
I thought it was.
It's
the father says it's his.
Yeah,
correct.
Because they're tight. So we find out that the Monsignor and her
Monsignor
dad
hooked up with a woman of loose morals, is what they say in the movie. And he takes this child, gives it to Kerry Washington's dad. Kerry Washington's dad raises this kid as his own. So it's like
Kerry Washington's dad gives him to Kerry to raise.
That's why I was confused.
I know it's so strange.
I thought it was supposed to. I thought he was supposed to be her like adopted brother.
You would think by like just the way it looks,
but
no,
they definitely say like
she raises
him.
Yeah, and then she kicks him out when she finds out with the big reveal.
The big reveal is that Brolin had a paternity test done in Brooklyn. Kerry Washington is this high profile lawyer. She has a friend in Brooklyn. Is like, hey, don't you know this guy? And this is how
Kerry Washington's 48 and does not look 48.
No.
That's what I think gets confusing. It's like, well, how could that be her kid? But it's like, she looks 30 something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like she's of the age where she could adopt this child at the time. And
correct.
It
makes sense.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Quick anecdote: that kid, how he's recording through the whole movie for his YouTube. He cites at the end of the movie. You can find me at Cy Draven on
Is
YouTube.
he there?
That's
real?
an actual website that launched the day the movie launched on Netflix.
All those clips on there?
No, not yet. It just says coming soon. It's like a 12-second clip of music. I don't know if it's an official YouTube or not yet.
That's funny,
but it exists. So I'm gonna.
It
keep
wouldn't
an eye
surprise
on
me.
It. Yeah,
I hope so. I love when they do that stuff.
Yeah, this kid is, he's recording everything. He's
he's a failed politician. He's the one that's
weaponized. He's weaponized, and this is again back to the MAGA thing. He has taken all of these fire and brimstone sermons, and he basically says, "Look, you've whittled down this church to these people, but you have a bigger audience online. Like people are paying attention to you.
Yeah.
You are global. We'll
team up.
We can do this.
We'll take what you're saying to whatever." And doesn't he say you could be the president?
You could be the president.
I thought it was going to be that like they were setting him up to be this messianic figure.
Yep.
And then
they do kind of.
And then the kid double crossed him. Is what I thought. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So when Brolin, they're having this meeting, and he basically says to the author, he's like, "Your book is trash." He goes to Renner, and he's like, "I'm going to make sure that he talks to the author. He's like, "I'm going to make sure." Well, he talks to the author. "I'm going to make sure all my friends in the publishing world don't publish your stuff." He goes to Renner. He's like, "You're a drunk. Like you've been practicing when you were drunk. You've done this. I will make sure your medical license is taken away." He doesn't say anything to Martha, which I thought was interesting because Martha can't really, there's nothing to her. Kerry Washington, he basically says your father would think you would hate
your father's nightmare.
Yeah, what you have become. And then we find out that this other kid, this guy, is his son, and he's like the only, now both of them know about this diamond. So Glenn Close realizing that she has to keep this diamond away because Glenn Close also knows if they get this diamond, he's going to go buck wild. So they devise this idea that they're going to poison him. There's this tomb that is covered in rocket ships, which I thought
that was very funny
line. Yeah.
Well, they were the rocket ships from Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Samson's like, yeah, rocket ships. Yeah. But we find out that this tomb has a Lazarus door, which means
if you got stuck inside, you could open it.
Correct. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's coming back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, and the whole theme around this is around Easter Sunday as well. It's the Good Friday murder. Easter, they introduced this tomb at the Lazarus door. Like, we knew Emily knew.
Someone's going to be coming out.
The moment they introduced that, we both did that. Like, somebody's coming out.
Yeah, when you say the door could only be opened from the inside, I was like, well, all right.
Chekhov's Lazarus.
Yeah, look at the name of this movie, too.
Wouldn't that suck with how hard it is to open that door? Someone accidentally gets stuck inside, and it's like, well, I got to get out of here. Push it over. It's like, oh, that's another $10,000 to get this door reinstalled.
So this is where I get a little lost.
Okay.
Real quick, just so you know, like, we have an interview at 11 that we have to, like, we need time to reset and stuff. So, yeah.
So how do they switch the bodies? How do they? So Thomas Hayden Church is in on the plan.
Yeah. Because he'll do anything for Martha.
Correct. He's wearing the vestments. He's in the coffin. How do they get Josh Brolin out of the coffin and Thomas Hayden Church in?
When at the scene where she's talking to him, there's a scene where Rian Johnson subverts the audience by she's talking to what you think is.
Resurrected.
Yeah, where she's like, "You're gonna rise again. You're gonna rise again." You just said that.
But we know that she's talking to.
But later on, you realize she's talking to Samson. That scene
where
they
the
all
switch.
It's right after that. The scene where they are all in there saying goodbye to him. Thomas Hayden Church goes to a separate room while everybody else goes outside, and then he comes back in. They show you in a quick scene later where they roll Josh Brolin's body out, put him in, and then they go back to the scene where she's talking to Samson, saying, "You're gonna rise again. You're gonna do great. You're gonna rise again." And then Jeremy Renner's the first person to walk in there and close the lid, so nobody else sees that it's Samson in the coffin. Yeah,
and the body's back at his house, I guess. Right? It smells down there.
Yeah. And so they get the coffin in the thing. They realize. Since this diamond is still in the stomach of the old priest,
Mila Kunis is in this movie. Okay, continue.
Also,
she can
right off.
Oh,
she's a garbage human being.
Oh, I don't know about any of that, but she's not great in this.
I'm sorry. When you write an impact statement for Danny Masterson, scumbag.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's doing life in prison. I hope his butthole is the size of a crater. Creep. So she.
This reveal's great though. What it comes down to is that pit opens. We find out there's security footage because of the rocket ships being spray painted on the crypt.
But it only registers when there's movement.
When there's motion. Yeah. So come to find out, there's a scene at night where you've got like Judd standing, chasing down, trying to look at the crypt, and you see who you think is Samson with like a rain jacket. You can't see his face in the light. It's really creepy. And then that tomb opens up.
It's a great scene.
It's great, and you see coming out dressed like and looks just like
worked perfectly
Wicks.
Too, because you're at that moment you think you have everything figured out. You're like, how is this happening? We're not doing this.
Okay, so this is what
because we've seen his dead body get pancaked. Like we know that this guy is dead. How is he walking out of there?
I thought that since Renner was involved, they just gave him enough. And since Renner was doing all the checking,
saw his body on the slab.
I think Renner was just keeping him. I thought Renner was keeping him doped and unconscious.
Oh, really?
But we saw him in the possession of the coroner's office.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was just like, "There's no way this guy isn't dead."
So my mind went from, what is happening and how do they explain this? And I thought they delivered that perfectly, especially with the explanation later on. Yeah, but
so we see on this camera footage, we see this hooded figure and the priest walk into the woods, and Judd walks in after them, and then unfortunately, from Judd's point of view, he wakes up and Samson has the sickle in his chest, and so. Now
and he's also seeing Wicks. Like he keeps seeing in his mind, and that's how as the audience, you're like, what the hell's going on? Because he has to be dead.
It's dark. There's lightning. And you could easily mistake him because his hair's down. He's meant to look like Wicks in the first place.
But I like that as the audience, we see what he's seeing, which it is Wicks.
And I'm pretty sure after watching again last night, there might be 1 or 2 frames where it's actually Samson. It might be. I didn't go verify, but it might. They might have put a couple frames in of him.
Okay, that's
so.
So now he's like, I did it. I killed him.
And Benoit's like, this isn't making sense.
Yeah,
like,
the whole
none of this
time,
is making sense.
Benoit knows that Judd's a good guy, and he wouldn't do this.
And they've got it figured out. They've got all the pieces of the puzzle. It's just not working. So,
and I like that Benoit Blanc is so good that he would know how it happened if he had all the information, and he gets so mad at him for hiding that flask.
Right.
That's the thing that it didn't make sense to me. And he goes, I know it's not just religious, whatever. And in his deconstruction, it's very much like a heretic monologue.
Oh, sure.
I love his deconstruction of like, this is just a murder case.
Right.
There's nothing else to it.
So we'll get to the Benoit reveal here, where they're in the church. Judd is like, I'm gonna confess. Like, I have to do this you can't do this for me. I have to do this of my own free will. He's talking about Damascus, which I think is
Phantom of the Opera.
My God,
Yes.
that is such a great moment where
Judd's about to
Mila
confess.
Mila Kunis is like, okay, tell me what's going on, and Judd's going, and Benoit plays the Phantom of the Opera. He's like, sorry.
That was dramatic.
It was very
That's
dramatic
great.
of me. And so he's laying it all out. We figure, he's beat by beat, and then the storm breaks. Benoit is kind of engulfed in sunlight, and he realizes, we think that he's hit a stumbling block, and he's like, I got nothing. I don't know how this works. Everybody gets pissed, and he's like, the scales need to fall from your eyes. You need to do, this needs to happen. And then as he's saying that, Martha walks in, and we get the reveal. She is the one that kind of set this whole thing into motion. She tricked. We should say that they go into the basement of Jeremy Renner, and there's a vat of. We see the
chemicals just decomposing.
It's acid.
Yeah,
it's straight up acid.
Now, I don't know why he wouldn't have already decomposed Wicks if he's got that whole setup. Why is Wick's body just hanging over it, and Renner's body's in there?
So Renner is going to double cross them. Renner is the one that kills Samson and frames Judd.
True. Yeah.
He takes the diamond.
But why leave Wick's body out, slumped over?
They didn't get it because. Okay, hold on.
Well, she set him up to look like he was choking him in the vat, and that maybe is where I don't know why they did it that way.
I took it as
right.
Martha realizes that Jeremy Renner is going to double cross her.
Mm.
She still wanted to have a miracle too.
She switches the things, right? So
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner drinks the poisoned coffee. I thought,
why was Wick's body not already decomposed weeks
she was
earlier?
she was putting Wick into the vat when Judd and Benoit come into the house.
Well, why'd they keep the body so long? I just don't understand why Wick's body.
Well, this was all in like a day, or like I
Okay.
thought too.
Yeah,
But,
I think
like,
so. I think
didn't
she
happen
was
yet.
she
Okay.
was interrupted and didn't get him
Okay.
in there all the way in time.
Gotcha.
But she set it up to where he was choking Renner, though. So I think her whole motive was to make this look like a miraculous thing or whatever.
Right,
so,
right.
but yeah, I don't quite understand that aspect of it. But
Either way,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So she walks in and confesses the whole thing, and
the performance is fantastic.
She gets this
She's
is
so
the
good.
Glenn Close that I think we all
is very Manchester by the Sea.
very
and
much
that
so. That's a very good comparison.
Where it's like I watched that whole movie. Like, why did we put Michelle Williams in this movie?
Oh, here
Like,
we go.
She's not doing anything, and like, and
This
then
is
it's like
why.
she gets that one scene. You're like,
That's why-
And she
okay.
wins the Oscar, right?
Did she win
Yeah,
it? Or
I think-
yeah,
I think she does.
But I was just like, oh, okay. Now I see.
Noted. She gives and we find out that she has taken the same drugs, and there's a scene where she kind of falters,
She's sitting,
and
yeah.
Benoit's like, hey,
Yeah.
finish what you're saying. Oh, okay. So and I think this is a great scene where she's like, I'm sorry for the pastor, I'm sorry for this, and Josh O'Connor says, you need to apologize, you need to seek forgiveness for Grace, and Grace being the sister or the daughter from the very beginning, the original priest's daughter. And she hesitates. And I thought this was a brilliant scene where she was like, I don't want forgiveness, but she realizes that if I don't have this, I can't be absolved. So she finally breaks down and she realizes that poor girl, I set this whole thing into motion
with a lie. She started a lie
Correct.
60 years ago. And I talked about the deeper thing. I know we're running out of time, but Benoit purposefully says at the end in his big checkmate moment, he calls Wick's the former pastor's son, not grandson.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like I'm pretty sure Grace as a kid put that connection together that they were covering up something even larger with the father. And,
Oh, sure.
So it was
Oh.
something she held on to for a long time. And
Yeah.
it's
it was deep when I realized that. I was like, oh my God, like if that's actually his son and not his grandson, there's some nefarious things they were covering up.
I also think the other
many
thing
years
is when Martha gives her confession, Benoit has said, I can't figure this out. And everybody leaves.
But
which I think is brilliant because it saves all of them.
Yeah.
Right? It's like obviously Renner's dead, but the writer has his ending to the book. The cellist realizes that she can play through this pain and still be successful. The other kid we're not really sure what he's doing, but I love this where he's like, he's like, you have the diamond. And I think this is a great scene too, where Martha is holding onto the diamond. Her hand opens up, the diamond falls to the floor, and O'Connor and Benoit both look at each other, and Benoit's like, nah, man,
I didn't see nothing.
I'm not touching that 10-foot pole, and just walks out.
Well, and I know this kid's evil, and he's going to do terrible things with it. He's going to use this money to spread his hate, find someone else to do these terrible sermons. So
this whole thing is about absolving hate from, and just forgiving yourself and moving on.
And this kid this YouTube channel is starting to gain traction. So like he's got, this thing going on. In very right-wing fashion, he was like, that's mine. He's like, I'm going to go over, if you get a new roof, if you do this, if you do that. Jeffrey Wright is now here.
They come back and have
calls
a little
him a
conference.
punk ass bitch.
I love it. He's so good. And then having them stand side, having Lewis, whatever, the American James Bond, and Felix, and James Bond standing side by side, one last hurrah. Because I don't think he's in No Time to Die. I don't think Jeffrey Wright's in that.
Is he? I thought
I
he
don't think
was,
so.
but I don't know. Felix something lighter.
And I will say the great line is Josh O'Connor goes, it's in the heart, there's something about it's in the center of the church. Like whatever that it basically.
Well, they put the cross.
He makes a new cross. He talks about he has woodworking skills. He wants to put a new
creates
cross.
a new cross.
Put up a new crucifix.
Yeah.
And in the center of the crucifix, in the center of Jesus, in Jesus' chest,
Yeah.
It's a little shine.
is and just two other things, and then we're done. You get an idea of who Judd is when this woman calls from the service, and she has a moment where, and this movie has been very funny and kind of goofy, but still, this is a very down moment where the woman's like, "Can you pray for me?"
Yeah.
After
he stops everything to do it.
And Judd says, and he sits down and he does the praise with her. And
best scene in the movie.
It's fantastic.
It's great,
it's so good. And then we see a new couple like walk into the church, and that's how they've changed the name of the church. It's not
that's
like
now
perpetual.
Grace now instead of Fortitude.
Yeah. So this kid Josh has figured, or Judd has figured it out.
Yeah.
And
he's got his own little thing now.
So.
Yeah. I think this is probably, I think the original Knives Out is my favorite.
Yeah.
I'll have to see
this
again.
one.
It's been a long time.
I thought this one was fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good.
I thought
liked
this
it
was insanely
better than the
good.
last one, but I liked the last one.
And it's very intricate, so definitely watch it.
There is a reference to the
think
first
you know
movie.
everything from this podcast.
Mila Kunis references Lakeith Stanfield.
And he still has the iPad from winning the murder mystery.
Yeah,
in the
that's
second
why
one.
he's got his iPad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do wonder if they're going to introduce Natasha Lyonne now that
Please,
Poker Face
keep
is
making
Poker
them.
Face
Keep
has been-
making these movies.
Well, Poker Face is gone. But
Yeah.
it's canceled. So
They showed her in the last one.
Oh, she was on the iPad, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was on the Zoom call.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
right.
playing,
So
Among Us.
Look, it's on Netflix now. It is absolutely
Totally
worth your
worth
time.
a watch. But
100%.
hopefully you've already watched it. If you're
Yeah.
there, so.
Now that we've spoiled
Yes.
it, sorry.
So, well, anyway, I guess that's it for this one. Let's go around the table and everyone can say where to find them.
Oh, me first. I'm sorry. I'm Brad from the Rules of Villainy podcast. And you can find me on all the socials at Rules of Villainy.
This is Joe. You can follow me on the Twitter at JoeyButts, BUTTS21, and all the socials, Blue Skies, Threads, Letterboxd, all that stuff at the same.
This is Kevin. Follow me on Twitter at KevinRBrackett.
And this is Tom. You can find me on Blue Sky and Threads at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at Facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find the show online at Facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, Father Farley is expelled.
Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already